This is how you add an extra $10,000 to your income through YouTube without chasing views and without being a slave to the algorithm, because there are much faster, simpler, leveraged, and more effective ways to monetize your audience and build your business. I'm Austin. I help creators monetize and build online businesses, and I've helped creators generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. In this video, I'm going to show you the #1 monetization mistake most creators make, the secret hack to converting your audience into paying customers, and the simple sales trick that rakes in cash without being salesy. Imagine you spent years crafting this beautiful and thriving garden. You've put hours of work into it, spending time under the sun, turning soil and planting seeds, and every leaf is perfect. Every flower is blooming. And people recognize your garden and they see it and they give you likes, they applaud you, they even give you high fives. You've busted your ass, put in the hours, and created something beautiful that people truly love. But here's the catch. It's not on your land. And one day, the landlord decides he's done with you. He wants to build a condo, or maybe he's just tired of your face. And so he rips that land out from under you and you're there left with just dirt on your hands. This is the mistake that most YouTubers make. They're chasing likes and views and subscribers. And sure, while that can feel really good, you can't take all that praise and applause to the bank. What you could be doing instead is building a garden on your own land. And sure, it might not be as flashy. It might be a little bit rough around the edges, but every dollar you earn is yours. It's under your control and no landlord can take that away from you. Here's the good news. You don't have to rely on this rented land forever. This is the simplest, stupidest way to move your audience from a rented platform to an owned platform. Know what it is? Move them onto your email list. Yes. Now let's talk about email. When you move somebody onto your email list, it is your own turf. You set the terms, you decide how and when communicate, and nobody can take that away from you. Tim Ferriss, one of the sharpest entrepreneurs in the world, once said that his email list was his biggest asset. Not his podcast listeners, not his social media following, his email list. Why? Because he owns it and nobody can take it away from him. Social media platforms can vanish, algorithms can change, but that email list is a direct line to your audience, under your control. Now, I personally love ConvertKit. It's simple, it's powerful, and it gives you all the tools you need to turn that email list into a gold mine. But honestly, any email service provider will do. What matters most is that you start moving that audience onto your email list. Think of it like this. Every time you get a follower on social media, that's rented space, but every time you get an email subscriber, that's something that you own. You decide the value, you set the terms, and nobody can take that away from you. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, Austin, this all sounds fine and dandy, but how do I actually get people onto my email list? And the answer is very simple. You just need 1 or 2 effective lead magnets. A lead magnet is a hook, a piece of bait, an ethical bribe, if you will, that gets people into your world, provides them a little bit of value, and gets their email address in return. A lead magnet can be simple. It can be a free guide, a checklist, a mini course, or a free community. It's a win-win. You give your audience a taste of what you do, a little bit of the value that you bring to the table, and in return, they give you their attention, their trust, and their email address. And look, you could have the most juicy, irresistible lead magnet in the world, but if you don't communicate that right, if you don't show the value that you're providing, people still aren't going to opt in. So the way that you communicate this is on your opt-in page. And your opt-in page should have an irresistible headline that creates curiosity and makes your audience think, oh, I have to know what that is. I have to know the solution. So this is your first impression of what you have to offer, and you want to persuade your audience into taking action. It should be clear, simple, and concise. It's where you say, this is what I have, this is why you need it, and here's what you're gonna get when you give me your email address. It should be extremely simple for your audience to say yes. And then there's the thank you page, a simple page with a huge impact. This is really where you're gonna seal the deal. The thank you page is an opportunity to turn this one-time interaction into a conversation between you and them that will lead to a long-term relationship in the future. Oh, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit the link in bio and grab my lead magnet. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. So when you get people onto your email list, it's time to nurture them and to continuously provide value. Direct response marketers like Russell Brunson say, if you have an email list and you're not emailing people daily, you're leaving millions of dollars on the table. The more consistently you communicate with your audience, the more money you'll make. Now, as a creator, writing is probably one of the highest value skills you can possibly have. I mean, think about it. Writing is the foundation of your YouTube scripts, of your emails, of your short form. It's how you communicate your ideas, package your ideas, and ultimately get your audience to take action. Whether you're crafting a compelling email, a persuasive sales page, or just a video script, writing is at the core of it all. And look, your emails, they don't need to be novels. They can be short, value-packed with your strategies, your actions, your stories, just enough to keep that relationship warm and toasty. And you don't need to spend hours on it. One email a week is perfectly fine. And it's gonna help you get better at writing. It's gonna continue to deepen that relationship with your audience, and it's going to build trust over time, which is key when you have a product to sell. One thing you do wanna focus on in your emails is writing compelling subject lines that really hook curiosities. And look, if you're a YouTuber, you already know how to write curiosity-based headlines because you're doing it on your YouTube channel already. It's the same idea for email. You want people to get that curiosity and open up your email so that they can consume the information that you're giving them. And here's a little secret. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can repurpose your YouTube scripts and your points and your strategies into email. And better yet, you can use ChatGPT to write your emails for you, whether that's structuring the email in the way that you want it or creating a Loom video and translating your script into an email. ChatGPT can literally save you tons and tons of hours if you use it correctly. So now that you have this beautifully and engaged email list, how do you actually monetize it? The easiest way is to plant seeds of opportunity in every email. You want to give your audience an opportunity to reach out their hand and say, hey, I want to go deeper with you. And the best way to subtly do this in a non-salesy way is to do it in a PS statement. You don't have to hard sell them in every email. You can just gently remind people of the products and services that you're offering. It's like saying, hey, I know you're liking this apple, I know you're liking this pear, but I've made this special fruit salad that I think you're going to love. Either way, I hope you continue to enjoy the value. It's a natural and organic extension of the value that you're already providing. And if you don't know what to sell, I made this video explaining my favorite type of offers. Hint, it's not a course.